Greetings, geeks. Welcome to episode 842 of Geeks in Space. I am still Commander Taco Malda, and I am still here with Chris DeBona.
Hi.
Rob Roseboom.
Hello.
Gentlemen, welcome. How are we doing on this lovely Friday? There's no news, no politics news happening.
No, nothing, right?
Nothing.
What's happening, really? You know?
I titled the episode Felonious.
The thing is, so do you remember during COVID?
No.
People kept using the phraselet at the end of the day. At the end of the day. At the end of the day. At the end. It's like it was just like a peak for end of the day, right?
Yep.
And I was listening to the coverage of the former president's trial, and they kept on saying unprecedented.
Not exactly.
And I'm like, I mean, if anything, Trump's giving you an expectation that this sort of thing is pretty normal.
Somewhat precedented.
Is it really unprecedented anymore for him?
My favorite joke on the subject so far is that after his conviction, now the average president in American history has been convicted of 0.7 felonies.
Yeah.
That is my favorite joke so far.
It's technically a joke.
Now, after all of this sad news about the failure of our nation, we have to take it even worse. Guys, the Dogecoin dog is dead.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, he seemed like he was a sweet dog, you know?
All dogs are good.
Look at this guy.
Oh, right. Much wow.
Much wow.
Get a good picture of him. Find a good picture and we'll screenshot him for our...
yeah, I'll find a Doge.
What a
had
weird
a beef with the dog, you know, and the whole coin was started as a joke anyway.
Yeah. It only became weird when it got adopted by the weirdest people.
Yeah.
God, the weirdest people.
Right.
He was a rescue dog, you know.
He's a good pupper. The only bad dog is the one that mauled me when I was in 5th grade and took a chunk out of my leg and I had to go get stitches.
Yeah,
that's the only bad dog. All other dogs have been good, and I am very sure that dog is dead now because that was like 4 years ago.
Oh, damn it! The hell is going on here?
Do you got to look at some banner ads?
There you go.
Oh, there's the one. All right, screenshot.
Isn't that a great one? Like shows his personality and everything, you know. Yeah,
good pupper. That's got to be a pretty old dog.
Yeah,
it's like I'm selling what?
Yay! Yeah.
Who's talking about me on Saturday Night Live? That's crazy. The world's gone mad, I tell you. Mad. And who's going to report on it? An AI guy.
Right, the Washington Post.
Yeah.
That makes me sad.
I mean, you know, these publications for sports articles have been using AI read Python scripts.
Yeah.
Forever. Same thing in the finance pages. Like, you know, you can get basically most of the article done by just looking at the stock, saying it went up, looking at the first event, boom. Yep. On an earnings report, Dell stock reduced by 15% this morning.
It's the same
calling
thing with
into question their direction.
Sports are my favorite. I seem to recall, and you can tell me if I was wrong, if I'm wrong about this, but I seem to recall that Ronald Reagan back in the day was like a radio announcer, and he used to just invent games based on the box scores. All right, you got the box score. I don't exactly know what happened because I don't have every detail, but I'll just fill in with my imagination.
I think that the rise of FanDuel, you know, that's where, you know, suddenly you'll have AI reporting on games that are being bet on by other AI. And so there'll be like a whole like vicious circle.
Yeah.
Or maybe they'll start allowing you to bet on news stories about outcomes.
Isn't that just prediction markets?
What a perfect
like prediction markets.
Yeah.
I'm in. Let's prediction market the heck out of it.
Yeah. In fact, there was a Sparks song in the 80s called I Predict. I don't know if you remember it.
Sparks, the doc. Did you see the Sparks documentary?
No, but I should have.
It's good.
Because I like them.
And it was directed by Edgar Wright.
Yeah, right?
No, I feel bad about the Washington Post thing. when I was there, like you could see the writing on the walls. Like there was a lot of like, oh, this isn't gonna be good. But the people that were there were so earnest and well-meaning.
Oh yeah, no, I mean,
Mm.
it's the same thing with the folks at the New York Times. Every time I've met them, I'm like, boy, they really believe in this journalism stuff. Good
Yeah,
for them,
they
you know.
do.
But they're the best people. You know what I mean?
But it's a systemic problem, you know. Ugh, I don't know.
They just
Yeah.
need to figure out a better way to make money.
Right?
That's it.
Yeah. But it turns out telling the truth to power is a really difficult thing because you know what power has? Money. And if you want
Money?
some, it's really hard when you tell them the truth. Especially, I guess, in 2024 when like nothing means anything anymore. And we're all like, I don't care that our average president has been convicted of 0.7 felonies. I'm voting for him anyway. Ay. Let's see. ICQ. Do y'all remember your ICQ numbers?
Sure.
ICQ is shutting down June 26th.
Yeah, I saw that. I have to admit, I thought it was already shut down.
Yeah, I haven't used it in so long.
I'm actually friends with the guy who started that company in Israel. Yeah. So we would always joke about ICQ numbers and the rest when we would see each other. But yeah, he sold it to AOL like 30 years ago now.
Yeah, right.
I mean, yeah.
I guess we're all going to need to choose a different platform, guys. Where are you going to migrate, Chris?
Where am I going to migrate?
Yeah, where are you going to migrate all your chats to?
That's a good question.
Plug the Geeks in Space Discord.
Friendster or MySpace?
MySpace, yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Zen?
I'm going to go wherever there aren't 100 feral chickens.
Oh. Where's that? I don't think I think there's only one place with feral chickens.
Oh no, there's feral chickens everywhere.
What is the story?
I have no idea. I didn't post it.
Oh no, okay.
Well, there's a
Snettisham, Norfolk.
100 feral chickens.
Did I post this one? I might have posted this one for you, Rob.
Yeah, but you can't do that, man. You can't tell them how to feel.
No,
all right.
I'm sorry.
Maybe I don't care about these particular 100 feral chickens.
Right?
My interests lie in 100 other feral chickens, not these particular ones.
Or maybe like 100 chipmunks.
Yeah.
As long as they're working together as a team. So yep.
There's no eye in chicken. Oh wait.
There's actually an eye in chicken, Chris. Do you know words? Do you know letters?
Yes.
Is it time for our alphabet? After we learn our alphabet, let's learn about our counts.
I think this is really boring for our listener.
One felony count. Two felony count.
Well, that was the other thing about the reporters were like, wow, that was that was really fast, you know? He got through all 34 counts like in no time.
It's the same
like,
count.
Try to write, you know?
It's either 0 or 34. It's not like they're going to like
well, I mean, maybe
some
like
of those
one
checks
count,
were different.
like, yeah, that one's fine, you know? I mean...
The only time that they do that is when there's some question about it and they're trying to send guidance to the judge for sentencing. But since there's not in this case, I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of chickens in Norfolk. They're ruining this poor village. I think
which is what chickens do. That shouldn't be surprising. Chickens are awful.
Are they?
Unless you're eating them or taking their eggs, they're just a pain in the butt. They're really stupid. You know, they just peck all the time.
So many people around here have chickens.
Oh, really? I bet. Like roosters too? Like, do they go full jerk?
I haven't heard any roosters in this area. I don't think there's any chickens technically in my neighborhood, but I know that there are just like up the road.
Okay.
I don't think that we're allowed chickens by my HOA. But my old neighbor in Dexter used to have chickens. They were cute.
Were they?
I mean, when they're little chicks, they're
adorable. Yeah, no, the local feed store, they sell chicks.
They're delicious.
They're so cute.
So yum.
You know, I have to admit, I really like my bunnies. on our property. There's tons of bunnies on the island here. It's just crazy.
For us, we have so many deer.
Well, we have a fair number of deer and coyotes, bunnies.
Yeah, we got coyotes.
Cougar. Yeah.
The deer, we routinely give them apples. Like whenever our apples get soggy, we toss them out in the backyard. So the deer are always looking for apples in our backyard.
Yeah.
It's great. And the chipmunks, we regard them as cat entertainment. Like, you know how I like to watch how I like to watch SB power mowing or SB power washing videos where the guy just like power washes driveways and mows lawns and stuff. And that's like the best screensaver you can possibly have for my cats.
Yeah, knock you out though. You have to be you can't watch it while driving.
No, it'll put you right to sleep.
Or listen while you're driving.
Yeah.
Too peaceful.
What my wife has done is she has a bird feeder, and the seeds that fall out of the bird feeder then land on the ground, and the chipmunks then eat the seeds. So now my cats all sit right at that window and watch. It's like the chipmunk channel. It's great.
Cool.
AI headphones that let a wearer listen to a single person in a crowd by looking at them just at once. I'd like to actually see that work. That I'm a little skeptical about that one.
Yeah. I'm gonna raise the bullshit flag on that one, but maybe.
I don't think it's bullshit. Actually, I think it's when I was a kid and my hearing was better. If you said my name in a crowd of 100 people, I could hear it.
Sure.
I think that there's enough resolution in the spoken voice that you can do this.
I'm sure you can,
but also
to a point.
if you're keyed into your name being spoken.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying, if
casual
this
conversation,
processor of information can do it,
Well, sure, but that
believe
processor is good at recognizing when the words Chris DeBona get used. And that probably isn't
back at the time.
used isn't used in conversation.
My entire neural net is keyed on my name, which is egotistical of me, I admit, but I'm
That's
okay
all right.
with it,
Well, we could use this during the podcast just to so when we interrupt each other, we could then you could have the other voice still get focused.
It's what the users have been asking for, that you and I stop interrupting Zen.
Yeah.
God, Zen.
I'm just gonna mute my microphone.
Why are you so mouthy? Why, Rob?
There we go.
No. Dang it. Can't even interrupt properly. Everybody liked Rings of Power Season 1, right? It was everybody's favorite show?
I mean, it wasn't the most terrible thing I ever saw, but it certainly wasn't great.
So Season 2, Tom Bombadil's entering the game.
Well, thank God.
We were all asking for that.
I mean, I got nothing against Tom.
He's doing his best.
The guy in the book is pretty powerful.
Kind of boring.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe.
Gonna have some songs, gonna sing some poems.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I gotta say, the sad thing is I will be watching this show. Cause I can't help it. It's a compulsion.
Oh yeah, Bill Tanner from the James Bond films. Yeah.
Speaking of compulsions, you know what I watched yesterday? The very last ever episode of Star Trek Discovery.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's not a real thing.
It's a real thing.
Maybe it was just a dream where you thought that there was a TV show called Discovery.
Yep.
So you watched it.
Yep.
I have very realistic dreams sometimes.
I did. I watched it. And I realized at the end of it that I don't even know the names of half of the characters. If you...
I'm still I don't think there's a show called that.
Well, there is. I can tell you a little bit about some of the characters, but mostly that I didn't like any of them. Turns out that matters.
I mean, I thought it was pretty decent the first season.
Yeah.
I had a hard time with it in the first season, but I liked seasons 2 and 3.
Hopeful. Other than the Klingons all look like they were made by Fisher Price.
You like your plastic Klingons?
Yeah.
Those appliances were hard to love. Yeah.
Yeah.
That bugged me a little bit, but other than that, I thought it was all right.
I think when they lost me might be when the spore drive does its thing where it spins and then falls.
Yeah.
Who thought that was a good design idea? I get that you want to look different, but maybe start from a place of let's not look dumb. That'd be cool. All right. Somebody shared from the channel. Was it Omblue that shared the playing Snake on a Switch?
I think it was.
Yep, it is Omblue.
Or Magnum. I mean, there's
They're the talkers. Yeah, you want to play Snake on a Switch with your
who doesn't
with your Ubiquity ether lighting?
Oh my god! Why can't I zoom in? Okay, fine, whatever.
I made the window a different shape and forgot to tell you.
I'll be honest with you. I have a ton of Ubiquity gear. I have no desire whatsoever to buy their ether lighting stuff.
I have one, but only because that was what was available when I needed.
Yeah, I mean that's they're selling now, but I'm like, I don't understand how this is a thing, because you don't actually want to hang around your switches.
No.
And they already have their AR nonsense.
Yeah.
Right.
I will say,
find a port,
I have mine configured.
I mean, it's cool.
I have mine to tell me if something is connected at 1 or 2.5 gigabits.
Yeah, that's really handy.
And that is actually really handy because if I plug something into the wrong port, then I know visually. I should use it for VLANs too, but I've never tried using it for VLANs. But I only have like 4 VLANs, and it's pretty. And like most of my VLANs are running over the same wire. Like I have everything running over the same. All the VLANs running over the same lines because I've only got one plugged into my servers and everything. But
yeah,
because I don't run a proper network. I'm bad at network, but we knew that. I'm very bad at network. Umbrella Academy, they've got a trailer out for their last season, which I actually still haven't watched. I was saving it to watch the show with my wife. My wife loves that show.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that they've had 2 really good seasons of that show.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I hope. Yeah.
So a couple weeks ago, we talked about the Deadpool or the Wolverine, not the Dune 2 popcorn bucket,
yes.
which was so sexy, just so sexy. And so, of course, the Deadpool and Wolverine had to come out with a rival popcorn bucket, which is even sexier. And I got to tell you,
they feel very competitive. Yeah, let me find the.
Just scrub through, but I don't think I linked the right image. But yeah, there we go. There it is. It's just Logan's open mouth.
But wait, don't forget the butter scene.
Yeah, and then
butter,
and then they pour butter over it. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
Do you think they knew what they were doing there, or do you think that was just like a coincidence?
I'm sure it was just a coincidence.
Yeah, like it's unfortunate.
Get your dirty mind off of our comics, man.
It's unfortunate because Deadpool's a decent fellow, he's an honest, good guy, and to look at this way.
Wow.
Fucking Christ.
All right. Yeah.
So the last one that I have on the list is the Zoom call, which is an Ann Arbor thing, no less.
Oh yeah, this is local.
This was local to us, and this was fun to see take off because like it showed up like on the Ann Arbor subreddit, and then like 8 hours later it was everywhere.
Sarah sent me a link to it was on the BBC.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. People are. It's so much fun. And once
it is hilarious to watch the video and watch it unfold in real time and how oblivious the guy is.
Yeah.
Apparently the judge is on TikTok. One of our friends says he watches the judge on TikTok. I won't say his name for fear of shaming him.
Okay, so here's the defendant.
Just saying.
You'll note that he is in his automobile.
Driving his car.
And his hearing is for driving on a suspended license. He's like, let me just pull over.
Yep.
And
it's like
the judge is like,
now.
Are you kidding me? Seriously?
Yeah.
And so he parks, and there's this moment where he goes, oh.
The best part is,
there it is.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. He's just realized what happened.
It took him.
Would you want to be this guy?
It took him a full minute and a half to realize like all the awkward. The attorney's like,
wait.
just
Here's
wait
the
a
sound,
second.
here's the sound.
Failure to turn himself in will result in a bench warrant with no bond.
It's like, oh,
Would you want to be this
up.
guy's lawyer?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great.
There's also a point in there where the judge is like, "What are we doing here again? This is for a suspended license case, right?" And he was driving. Is that correct? And
Yeah.
his
And this judge's face.
his attorney is like, "Yeah, that's correct." And so the judge starts writing up his order, and it's taking a little while.
Yeah.
And the guy in the car is like,
What's happening?
"Hello?
Yeah, he thought he got cut off.
Hello?
I'm right here. You know, I went through all this effort to
Right.
drive to a
I
parking
dialed
spot
in.
and talk with
Not-
y'all.
Not only are you an idiot, but you're also annoying now."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, that's
Gosh.
amazing. That's amazing. All right, I saw Furiosa yesterday, and it was awesome, but not as good as Fury Road, but very worth watching. It's a lot more complicated. Fury Road is very simple. You know, like let's get from point A to point B, and
Like,
people are going to
is there
chase us and
time
explode.
travel or a dream sequence?
Well,
you have to
it
figure out?
spans all of Furiosa's life, I guess. Like it starts when she's like a 10 or 12-year-old.
A zygote.
Yeah, zygote. You know, it starts with sperm, like all good stories. We should probably put the butter on the popcorn scene back up.
Maybe not.
Oh.
You know, let's pretend that we did.
No,
and
but it
don't.
starts with like with her as a kid, and then we see like her time like with like a motorcycle gang in the wastelands, and then how she meets up with Emerton Joe, and like so it's a long story with like it's like all the backstory, and Fury Road is like
Is it like Solo, where you're like, I didn't need this much backstory?
There's a little bit of that. Like, cause like, okay, I rewatched Fury Road last weekend in prep, and they mention like Bullet Town or the Bullet Farm, and they mention Gas Town. They mention them like by name.
Gasoline.
Yeah, but it's not like these are like complicated places. Like you've told us the names of these places. I get it. That's where you go to get bullets, and that's where you go to get gas. It doesn't need to be like complicated. But like in this movie, you go to both of these places and you kind of understand a little bit more about the world. And I don't know that you necessarily need that in a Mad Max movie, but to the credit of this, it feels consistent. Like it feels like when they made Fury Road, they had all of this worked out. And it really does feel, when you get to the end of this, you really do feel like, okay, there's just one more chapter. This movie is divided into chapters, and they have title cards for each of the segments. You can very much see, and Fury Road is the next chapter of this story, and it just kind of fits. Which kind of makes it a little weird that they didn't have Charlize Theron performing it, because it kind of should have. And also, I found out later, and I had a really hard time with this because I've never been good with faces, but apparently they were doing like weird face morphing stuff, because when they start, Anya Taylor-Joy is like, I don't know, 12 or 13 or 10 or something, and like you see her like growing up, and apparently they were doing some sort of face morphing between the actress that they have as a little kid and
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Like they apparently they were like transitioning the face like at different rates at different ages to like make that feel seamless. And
did it?
It was confusing because there's parts. So in the middle, I'm like, I wonder when Anya Taylor-Joy is going to be in the movie. That girl really looks like her. And I was like, I don't think she looked as much like her a few minutes ago, but it doesn't look like Anya Taylor. It was well enough done that I was only pulled out of it like when I like started thinking about it a little bit, like because she doesn't quite look. There's one shot where she looks like Anya Taylor-Joy, but she's too short. And I was like, that's really weird, but it's a great movie. It's super fun. Top marks. If you just want to watch the middle there's like a 20-minute sequence in the middle, which is a lot like Fury Road, just like the road, driving down the road and people attacking the machine. And that scene is just bonkers fun. And most of the movie is the other thing that's fun about the movie is watching Chris Hemsworth just kind of be insane. And talking with like a super, I don't know what his real.
Did he go full Bane voice like a
no,
Joe, or
his accent is super Australian. And
well, I mean, he is Australian, right?
Right.
I mean,
He was saying he based it off of his dad.
Ah,
you know,
Dad sounded a lot like that.
You know, to him, you sound like you have an accent.
that's true.
Whoa.
Whoa.
That
Is that true?
Yeah. That can't be.
To me, you guys have an accent. Just saying.
I'm just saying. But like, yeah, his accent is like really like it sounds to me like an exaggerated Australian voice, which I guess is you know like the Crocodile Dundee kind of thing. You know, the outback. Like, yeah, there's like more to it because the Australian accent that you hear now from the actors is a lot less extreme. Like when I've seen him in interviews.
Well, it's like British accents. There's like a million of them.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure. And this isn't one that we generally hear that much. And it actually is a little inconsistent. It's like sometimes it kind of sounds like Chris Hemsworth, and other times it's like, are you doing like an exaggerated Crocodile Dundee thing? Like it works because the character is insane, like crazy insane. And insane crazy. And I don't know. It was a lot of fun. I just finished. I already told you I finished Discovery. Is any media worth watching?
Well, I wrapped up Extraordinary season 2. So
I gotta tell you, Chris, that is a good call.
I hope we get a 3.
That is a good call on a show. I'm only 3 episodes in, but what a warm.
Yeah, there's one episode where I kind of hate Jen a lot.
Oh no!
But that's coming up in like 2, but it gets past it.
All right.
And like the cat person.
You can't say his name.
I can't say his name. It's Jizz Lord.
It's
just
Jizz
in
Lord.
case you're wondering. And then yeah, it's a great show.
Yeah,
I love Carrie, even though I thought I would find her just so annoying. But man, she's just so great, and her power is hilarious. You know.
Yeah. I was just really impressed. Did we talk about the Fall Guy? I liked the Fall Guy.
You liked it?
I did.
I think this is one of those things where I should hit the thing. Wait, here we go.
Are you going to put up the graphic?
Yeah.
You reminded the taco has terrible taste. It is the action comedy movie genre, which I understand. You guys make fun of me when I enjoy it, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. The stunts are great. And I have I recently shared my movie library with some friends, and their comment was, "You have a lot of movies about people making movies." And
they really like their profession.
And Fall Guy is all about like the meta component to Fall Guy is very heavy. They're making a movie called Metal Storm. And like they constantly are they're quoting movies and name dropping movies, which can sometimes be annoying and sometimes be funny. But you know what? The stunt work is fun. The plot is simple and telegraphed blatantly right from the middle. Like 5 minutes in, you're going to know exactly what's going to happen. And that's okay. Because Ryan Gosling is freaking charming. I think I love him.
And I think I love you.
Do we talk about Civil War? Civil War is awesome. Civil War made me sad.
I think Civil War is supposed to make you sad.
Yeah. No, it worked. You should definitely watch Civil War.
The only thing I watched was Godzilla X Kong.
Oh, you got to see it good.
I did.
So when he gets his glove, is that not like one of the greatest moments in movie history?
It's something, all right.
Ambaloo, do you want the spoiler, Ambaloo? Because yes. I didn't actually say the question, so the audience can
And does Lee Majors get
No,
it?
now it's a spoiler. Before it wasn't a spoiler.
Man. No one watched this movie. No one's gonna watch the movie. Anyone who does go and watch the movie fully expects to see Lee Majors, because the only people who actually wanted to see this movie are people who watched the original show.
I had never seen the original show. I didn't give two craps about it. Yeah, and me.
And you.
I like Ryan Gosling.
I mean,
I like
it's
Ken.
pretty clear from the box office that not many people went and saw this damn thing. So
well, and that's the thing, is that like you keep reading about superhero fatigue, and the comment that I keep reading is, you know what? It's not superhero fatigue. It's movie theater fatigue.
It's just garbage content fatigue.
Yeah.
There's a lot of garbage content out there.
No one is clamoring away for the Fall Guy movie, or the BJ and the Bear movie, or the Designing Women movie, or the Nanny movie.
Yep.
You know?
All I'm telling you is that Fall Guy was a charming, fun date popcorn movie.
I'm glad you liked it.
Just a form that's been made 1,000 other times and will be made 1,000 more times.
And 10 years ago, that movie would have made $100 million opening weekend.
The Fall Guy would not have made $100 million on a weekend. It's a garbage movie.
One of us,
Blockbuster still might.
Rob, one of us has seen it. So one of us.
Okay, what does that have to do with anything?
It's a fun movie, and there's a lot of fun movies that deserve to get more time in the sun, and this is a fun movie. It's like Roadhouse. Roadhouse is just a fun movie.
Yeah, but Roadhouse was actually fun. Like, the remake was actually fun. I mean,
yes, it was.
McGregor was a joy to watch. You know,
Magnum, I don't need a Designing Women movie, but I do want the Meshach Taylor spinoff.
Yeah.
No, it's a super fun movie. A few years ago, pre-COVID, it would have had $100 million box office. It would have been a successful summer blockbuster hit type movie. And it's too bad, because I think that's going to change the industry. Fury Road too. Fury Road is a great movie. I'm sorry, Furiosa. It's a great movie. 10 years ago.
That one I'll give you. I think that one is indicative of how the box office is. But no one's looking for the Fall Guy, Rob. I'm sorry.
This is
sorry.
I don't care about the Fall Guy. I'm telling you that this is a charming and fun movie with charismatic actors doing fun movie things. This movie would have made $100 million, like 1,000 mediocre action rom-com movies did in the 2010s. You don't have to believe me. This is.
I don't.
That's
fine.
Move on. Is there any other media that was worth watching, or should we go about our day?
I don't know. I'm sure there's something. I'm just burned out today.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, maybe go get your Wolverine popcorn bucket and have a nice snack. Yeah, Magnum. Nobody was asking for the Barbie movie.
That's not true. So many people were asking for a Barbie movie.
I love the Barbie movie.
Barbie, you know. Barbie's like, that's like saying nobody ever wanted a D&D movie. You know, it's like, yeah, they did.
The D&D movie was super fun.
Look how much money Barbie made.
Yeah, for sure.
So there you go.
Well, that's actually not a.
But those are the
great rejoinder.
Barbie and Oppenheimer were the exception to the rule. They became
NCIS
a
has
meme
made a
stock.
ton of money, and I hate that show.
They're an exception to the rule because they were actually good movies.
Mm.
Yeah,
and if you're going to spend money at the theater, you're going to spend money on a known thing that's going to be good, and little side projects, no matter how great they may be, just aren't going to get those numbers in.
Yeah. Yep.
Fair enough. It's a fun movie. I had a fun time, and I would have happily paid $10 for it in 2015. But in 2024, I saw it for free because I get free tickets from my movie theater. All right. Let us say goodbye to Rob Roseboom.
Goodbye.
And goodbye to Chris DeBona.
See ya.
That was episode 842 Geeks in Space. I was Rob Commander Tacomalda, and we will talk to you some other time. Bye-bye.